Welcome back to our channel The Story Bypass, where we dive deep into historical events and global movements that have shaped our world. Today, we will be delving into one of the most significant events of the 21st century, the Arab Spring. Join us as we explore the origins, key players, impact, and legacy of this revolutionary movement that swept across the Middle East. Let's get started. The spark of change. The Arab Spring refers to a series of pro-democracy uprisings that began in late 2010 and early 2011, challenging long-standing authoritarian regimes in the Arab world. The initial spark occurred in Tunisia, when a street vendor named Mohamed Bouazizi set himself on fire in protest against government corruption and economic hardship. His act of desperation became a symbol of discontent and ignited a flame of revolution. The flames of revolution quickly spread across the region, with countries like Egypt, Libya, Yemen, Syria, and Bahrain experiencing mass protests demanding political reforms, freedom of speech, and economic equality. Key players and movements. The Arab Spring brought together a diverse range of people and groups, united in their desire for change. Let's take a look at some of the key players and movements that emerged during this period. In Egypt, the Tahrir Square protests became the epicenter of the revolution. The Egyptian people, led by various activist groups and inspired by social media campaigns, demanded the resignation of President Hosni Mubarak, who had been in power for nearly 3 decades. Eventually, Mubarak stepped down, marking a significant victory for the protesters. Similarly, in Tunisia, where it all began, the ousting of President Zine El Abidine Ben Ali was a turning point. The Tunisian people, driven by a desire for democracy, succeeded in forcing Ben Ali to flee the country, paving the way for a new era. Libya, on the other hand, witnessed a prolonged and violent struggle. The protests against Muammar Gaddafi's regime escalated into a full-fledged civil war. The intervention of international forces further complicated the situation, eventually leading to Gaddafi's downfall and subsequent power vacuum. Impact and challenges. The Arab Spring had far-reaching consequences that reshaped the region and left a lasting impact on its people. However, the road to democracy was far from smooth. Let's discuss the challenges faced during and after the Arab Spring. One of the biggest challenges was the struggle to maintain stability in the aftermath of the uprisings. In some countries, power vacuums emerged, leading to political instability and the rise of extremist groups. Syria, for instance, plunged into a brutal civil war that persists to this day, causing immense suffering and displacement. Additionally, the Arab Spring highlighted the complex interplay between democracy and cultural and religious factors. The tension between secular and Islamist forces became apparent in many countries, raising questions about the compatibility of democracy with deeply rooted religious beliefs. Legacy and lessons learned. As we reflect on the Arab Spring, it's important to consider its lasting legacy and the lessons we can learn from this historic movement. The Arab Spring showcased the power of ordinary citizens to effect change, challenging the notion that authoritarian rule was an immutable reality. It demonstrated the potential of social media as a catalyst for organizing and mobilizing mass movements. However, it also underscored the complexity of transitions to democracy. The Arab Spring serves as a reminder that building strong democratic institutions takes time and requires careful planning to avoid the pitfalls. Lessons learned. Challenges that arise during these transitions. It revealed the importance of inclusive governance, respect for human rights, and the need to address socio-economic disparities to ensure sustainable democratic progress. Another lesson learned from the Arab Spring is the significance of international involvement and support for democratic movements. The response of the international community varied, with some countries offering assistance while others hesitated or remained neutral. This disparity had a significant impact on the outcomes and trajectories of the uprisings. The aftermath of the Arab Spring also led to a reconfiguration of regional power dynamics. New alliances and conflicts emerged, reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. The rise of ISIS, for example, capitalized on the chaos and power vacuum in certain countries, posing a significant security threat that required a collective international response. Reflection and future prospects. As we reflect on the Arab Spring and its consequences, it's crucial to consider the current state of the countries that experienced these uprisings and the prospects for the future. While the Arab Spring did not fulfill all the aspirations of the people, it laid the groundwork for ongoing struggles for democracy and human rights. Countries such as Tunisia, despite facing challenges, have made progress in building democratic institutions and fostering political pluralism. However, other countries, like Syria and Yemen, continue to face immense challenges with ongoing conflicts and humanitarian crises. The path to stability and democracy remains arduous and uncertain. Nevertheless, the spirit of the Arab Spring lives on, as seen in subsequent waves of protests and demands for change. Recent protests in Sudan and Algeria demonstrate that the desire for accountable and transparent governance persists. The Arab Spring was a watershed moment in modern history, with its impact reverberating throughout the region and the world. It highlighted the power of collective action, the role of social media, and the complexities of democratic transitions. While the Arab Spring faced setbacks and challenges, it ignited a flame of hope and resilience, reminding us of the indomitable spirit of individuals striving for freedom, justice, and dignity. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Arab Spring. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. Let's continue to explore the events that shape our world together. Until next time.